Hello, everyone. Hi, I am Rosnita from Excel Academy, and I am your host for today. Good afternoon to all of you, and thank you for joining our learning hour for this week. Today, we have the pleasure of having Mr. Ugesh with us to discuss an exciting topic reshaping data using PowerQuery. So if you have any question related to this topic, please feel free to leave them in the comment section and Mr. Ugesh will address them right after his presentation. Okay, without further ado, I will now hand over the session to Mr. Ugesh.
Hello, good morning. How are you all today? Hi, I'm Ugesh and I am your Excel trainer. And today's topic is about reshaping data using Power Query. Okay, so let me give you some overview on this of what is reshaping data using uh, Excel. Okay, so and welcome to our session. Today I'll be showing you some samples on how to use Excel in your day-to-day work and improve the speed of using Excel in your work. Okay, so usually we used to listen on only, see, we got a lot of data, but I'm still taking a longer time to process the data out. So I during my training I do a lot of more tests for you in order for me to show you how Excel is useful for uh, your day-to-day work. Okay, this is my profile. I'm a Google certified trainer, HRDF trainer. I do a lot of data analytics. Okay, and the topics that I cover will include Power BI, Power Query, data analytics, financial modeling, and also Google Sheets. Okay, these are my personal experience when it comes to training. Okay. So, what is Power Query? PowerQuery is about business analytics service that you can evolve your or transform the data that you have into readable or something meaningful info to your work. You can transform this data. Okay, why PowerQuery? PowerQuery is also useful when it comes to later when you use Power BI, the analytics, how do you use the visuals and stuff like that. So first step to analytics is Power Query. Okay, I will say first step to analytics is Power Query. You can also design your data to do a customized dashboard, or even a good reporting as well. Okay, usually I use Power Query prior to do Power BI work. Okay, prior to do Power BI work. So I will work on Power Query first, then export the data into Power BI to do the visualization. But let's say if you don't do Power BI, you just want to maintain with what you call Power Query itself, good enough. Okay, I will show you today. I'm going to show you a set of data, and this set of data that able to do your day in day out work about, and in your and also for your future uh, uh, data that you have, you can also clean up. Okay, so let's jump into this topic called data cleanup. Okay, data cleanup. Okay, what you see in my screen is it's about a set of data that we have. Okay, you have serial number, product, sales rep, unit price, and total number of sales. From this data, okay, let's say we want to do some data cleanup. Okay, if you see here under the serial number, you see there is some entries are repeated. Say 101, you have repeated entry. 102 also you got some repeated entry, and we're going to add more repeated entries, and we will see what's going to happen. Okay, how to fix this or how to get to Power Query? Okay, for those who don't know where to start off Power Query, it's actually in your data tab, and you click on from table range. So you have a normal table, such a normal table, and if you want to show Power Query or pull up Power Query, you click on this. So Excel will turn on, and you will turn on Power Query Editor. Okay, Power Query Editor. So if I just want to give you a rundown about Power Query, if you see closely, you first thing first, you don't see anything similar to Excel. You don't see anything similar. The tabs, the all the functions are not even similar to Excel. We don't have transform in Excel. We don't have add column in Excel. We don't have applied steps in Excel, but we have undo. Correct? See, if you notice another thing, yes, there is no undo or redo button in Excel. You can't print from Power Query. These are things that only for data, as I said, it's called reshaping, data reshaping, or data cleaning up and stuff like that. Okay, there's no undo, there's no print, there's no add, what do you call, split, we call it text to column or stuff like that. But we have something else here. So if you look at this is the interface of Power Query. Okay, or we call it Power Query Editor. So we have columns to choose, columns to remove, rows to keep, rows to remove. Instead of text to column, we use split column. Okay, we have transform. We can do a lot of transformation, data transformation. We can add columns. So this is how it works. So for today's topic, I'm going to show you some of data cleaning, then followed by how to do further in Power Query Editor. Okay, so let's go into remove duplicate. So what you need to do is you can rename and call this as remove duplicate. You give a name here for the table. Then you go to remove rows, and you should able to see remove duplicate by rows. Okay, click on this, it goes off. All the duplicate rows will goes off. Okay, then once you are done with this work, you can close and load to back to our Excel sheet. So let's say it will ask where do you want to import. I just want to put it somewhere around here just to show you how it looks like. Okay, it's importing the data. So if you look at this, this is your original data. Now we have an duplicate, removed duplicate data. Okay, and what you see on the right side of an Excel is the Power Query and connection. So you get to see the remove duplicate, and it says 7 rows loaded, so the rest are removed. The beauty about Power Query is, let's say you go and add a new set of data into here, below, right below the existing uh, table, and you go and refresh the table or the Power Query, your new set of data with 501, 651, and 203, which is here, from here, it will get updated. So that means, very simple. You only do things once, and if you have repeatedly you have the same thing going on and on, you just copy and paste that into our Power Query table. It will automatically update and give you a new set of data here. So this is what I meant about how powerful is this Power Query editor, okay, or Power Query. So besides that, What else we can look into? I'm going to show you one customized formula here. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go into removing special characters. Okay, removing special character. So in this removing special character, I'm going to show you a step where we're going to do customized formula to extract only text and numbers. Okay, only text and numbers. So let me zoom this up a bit. So what you see here is a set of data, and this set, if you can see, there is dash, asterisk, not equals to, bracket, hash, and all the other icons. Okay, so using PowerQuery editor, I'm going to show you how to remove all these and only remain text and numbers. Okay, go to data, from table range. Okay, I need to select my table has a header because this is my header. Okay, I need to check on that, make sure it goes into this Power Query editor. So if you look closely, my column has been loaded in with all the data there. Okay, so how to remove unwanted symbols or unwanted characters? So usually what I do is I go into add column. Okay, under custom column, you will pull up this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave existing column as it is and create custom column to show the difference to you. Right. So let's say I want to do, I call this clean data. Okay, clean data. I'm going to put in a formula saying that text select, text select, point this column in and continue with, I want to grab, okay, I want to capture all these alphanumerics, capital A till capital Z, sorry, small z, small cap, followed by 0 up to 9. So this is a table array. It will capture the entire alphanumerics, text and numbers. I must check whether is there an error? No error on the syntax. All good. Ta-da! You get all these text as per request. Okay, as per request. So now, if you look at this, you have all the text as per required here. Okay, text and numbers. So no more symbols. Okay, so this is one of how do I do. I call this as remove characters. Okay, remove. Maybe I call this symbols. Okay, symbols. Okay, and only remain numbers and text. Okay, so once I'm complete, once I'm satisfied with this, what I need to do is I do close and load to my existing data set. And I did this. So if you look at the output, this is the existing sheet or existing column, and this is my output column. So besides that, I also want to show you how to do certain um, custom conditions, custom conditions in Power Query. Sometimes we will come across, you have a set of example, you have a set of sales rep. This sales rep comes with say names are Laura Smith, Stacy Johnson, Mark Booth, Bob Martin, then probably you will see John Wood here. Okay, John Wood. So there are 5 staffs. Okay, they bring in regular sales. You got date, You got quantity, price, commission, everything is there. But the thing is, if you look at the sales rep, there is no salutation, or if you are, they missed out Mr. or Miss. We don't know whether it's what gender is it, male, female. So we need to identify by the name Laura, Stacy, Mark Booth, Bob Martin, or John Wood with their salutation. Okay, with their salutation. You want to put it Mr. Miss, the entire column. So to put up these, the in Excel Power Query, there is a method. Okay, there is a method. I'm going to use. Okay, first thing first, let me start. Go into Power Query editor. I'm going to use conditional column in order to fix this. Okay, so let's say you have this column for the sales rep. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a column. Go to add column. Go to conditional column. Under conditional column, you now specifically mention what do you want to put next to their names. So let's say I want to call this as prefix, and you need to choose which column you're referring to. So I'm going to refer to sales rep equals to, example, I take Laura Smith. The output I would like to have as Miss. I need two of it because Laura Smith and Stacy Johnson are female. So we're going to repeat the same thing for Stacy Johnson. Please make sure the spelling is as per on the column. Yeah. Okay. We have, okay. Then all the rest. That means for Mark Booth, Bob Martin, and John Wood, we want to have Mr. as our prefix atau initial. Right? So once you have these, click OK. When I click OK, see what's going to happen. It's going to create a column and goes to the end. Creates a column saying prefix Miss and Mr. right next to sales rep. So I'm going to do a verification. Is this all good or not? So you see Mr. Bob Martin, Mr. Mark Booth, followed by Mr. John Wood. Okay, we have all of this. Okay, once you have the prefix ready, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine column in order for me to put it into one column itself by the sales rep column. So select the entire column for prefix, select sales rep as well, right click, merge column. When you do merge column, it will ask whether is there a separator or do you want to have a space. So if let's say I don't need a separator and I just want to call this as sales rep. Okay, sales rep. Click OK. Now what happened? It has merged column with Mr. and Miss into it. But you notice or not? What happened? There is no separator. Okay, no separate. But you can do this as well. You merge column with a space. So you get a space next to the initials or Miss and Mr. Okay, so you get a space. Once you are done with this, you are ready to export this data into our Excel. So I'm just going to close and load to, say, new sheet. Here you go. You see the data has been exported with the initials, Miss and Mr. Okay, so this is part of cleaning up. Okay, this is part of cleaning up. Next, I'm going to show you how to perform the next part, how to import some value from the web. How to import some value from the web. So I'm going to show you one of my data, which is James Chocolate Factory. Okay, we have list of sold items. Example, you have products from this kind of range. You have chocolate chip, fortune cookies, oats, raisins, white chocolate macadamia nut. These are, say example, these are cookies sold throughout Canada, France, Germany, Mexico, US. Okay, if you look at through, all these are details up to revenue, cost, profits that you want. Okay, so we're going to do some cleanup. Not really cleanup, as I told you. We're going to import some data from the web. Okay, from the web. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into data from table. So you will open up PowerQuery editor. Okay, say you want to do some cleanup, and you decide to remove, okay, let's say you just want to leave it this month and everything, because we can use slicer later. Just that, make sure the date is in date format. When you do cleanup, make sure the date is in date format. That's the most important. If not, date and time doesn't really work. And another set of cleanup that I want to do is I want to make sure unit sold is in whole number instead of decimal, because if I put it as decimal, it's going to show 0.5 like this. You see here, it shows 0.5. So I prefer to show it as whole number. Okay, I replace steps. So I'm done with the data cleanup. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a value, meaning I'm going to bring in live data that's been updated on a day to day. So how to bring in live data? Okay, so in order for me to bring in live data, I have to okay, I make this as my table. Okay, put it this in my new worksheet. Okay, it will open up as financial table here. Okay, and I go to Google and I want to Google up this uh, countries and dependency of population. Okay, countries and dependency of population. Just imagine if you want to bring in this set of data. Okay, you got a table full of population, name of country, population, how many percent, date updated, and the source comes from there. So let's say you want this particular table, okay, to be loaded into our Excel here, be loaded together, okay, into our Excel. So what I need to do is, first thing first, copy this URL, go to my Excel, under data, get data from web. Here, from other source, click on web. So once you have these, click on these, well, prompt for the web page or web URL. Okay, I click OK, paste and click OK. Excel will do a preview, check whether the table is there. So if you look at this, these are table. Okay, I just only need this one table because in this table is the country and its dependency will be shown here. Okay, what I need to do is I have to transform the data. Go into transform data. Okay, and if you look at this, this is the entire data is from the website. So let's do some cleanup. I only need this column and this column. I don't need the rest. So I'm going to select these two, remove other column. These are cleanups, yeah. This is how we do cleaning ups. And I want to promote, use first row as header. Okay. Then I have to remove, clean up the column name. I only want to select 5 cities, okay, the cities that's involved. So what are the cities that's involved? I only have Germany, okay. I need Germany, I need US, I need Mexico, France, and Canada. These are 5 countries that's involved in our sales. So what I need to do is locate, say starting from US. Okay, first thing first, before that, okay, make sure you select unselect all. United States. So I select United States, Germany, Mexico, France, and so you get 5 countries and its population. So once you have 5 countries and its population, you also have the financial table here. This chocolate chip, James chocolate chip financial table. What I want to do is I want to import these data into these, so that next to the country column I can put in the population values. How do I do that? So in Excel, Power Query, there is a function called merge query. Merge queries from different table. Okay, so before even that, I just want to change the name because it's too long. Mouthful of name, population name, to change the population, so it looks easy for me to uh, gather the detail. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is, next step is to merge query. Click on merge query. So you see there's a preview data, so you have informations from financial table. You want to merge it with population, and if you look at it, this country and country automatically been loaded in. So once you click country from financial table, country from population table, Excel will prompt and ask whether you want to proceed with this privacy level, where because we are taking data from the web, from Wikipedia. So I will just say ignore and save to go ahead. So once I've do this, I can see up to 700 rows has been updated. Okay, the magic happens now. Click OK. And if you look at it on this financial table, there will be population loaded in. Population loaded. That means these entire value will be loaded into here. If I expand this and I want to see only population, I don't need country from the table. Here you go. Okay, now you see you got list of population based on your country. Okay, so once you're done with this, do some all your work within this. Let's say remove not relevant, rename all of it. Just double check if all good. Okay, close and load 2. So you're going to load it again into a new worksheet, which comes with the total population. See, it's loading financial table loaded with population. So this is how you do one step up to bring in more table or more information from the existing table. So Excel's Power Query is so powerful enough to do this for you. Okay. All right. Besides that, let me also want to show you the next level of our training is to do data modeling. Okay, data modeling using power, uh, we call it power query, sorry, power pivot. Okay, data modeling using power pivot. So in order for me to start this off, I'm going to share you a set of data. This set of data, okay, we have country table, we have product table, we have calendar that starts from the year 2014. Okay, and let's say I'm going to load a full set of data from my year 2014 till 2016. Okay, so if you look at this, we have all of it from these 3 years. Okay, so you got 2014 sales data, 2015 sales data, and you have 2016 sales data. The most important thing when it comes to Power Query, and also you want to merge this data, you must make sure the headers are similar. Okay, you must make sure the headers are similar. So the headers that I have here: date, product, revenue, discount, net cost, equivalent, country code, and number of units. So if you look at it, all of these are similar header. So eventually what we want to gather, what's the output that we are looking at? We are looking at to do power pivot out of Power Query. Okay, all of these we want together to get a pivot table like a look-alike thing. If you do pivot table, of course you can do pivot chart. All these charts can come in and stuff like that. Okay, so let me show you how it works. So in order to start this off, I want to make sure all of my Excel sheets are closed, leaving behind only this as my Excel sheet. So I'm going to load data in. Okay, so the data sits in a folder here. Here. Okay, the data sits in a folder here. Okay, so let me start this off. Go into uh, get data from folder. Okay, we want from folder. Then I'm going to locate the folder name. Okay, this is the folder, and it will show me this as my preview. Okay, once I have this preview, what I'm going to do is I'm going to load this, transform the data. Click on transform. Okay, and I'm going to call this as transaction table. Okay, call this as transaction table. So because we are loading a, Excel sheet, it's not CSV. Yeah, we are loading an Excel. So when we load an Excel, you will eventually see all your content in this binary format, inside binary. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have to expand this. So there are step by step. So the first step is to, you don't need the rest of it, only leaving behind binary. So I'm going to remove other columns. Once you remove other column, you have the binary there. Then we're going to expand the data in the binary. Okay, So in order for me to expand the data, what I'm going to do, I have to do a custom column, call this get data, okay, so that I will get the data next to this binary column. So I'm going to extract the data in the Excel worksheet. So these are the formulas that you will be also been will be uh, given to. Okay, so let's say if I want to do this, Excel dot workbook open bracket content is within this content, click and true, your syntax, no errors in your syntax, so that means it's good to go. So once I click OK, whatever the information in your content will be expand and put it into table form. So now what I'm going to do is, before I expand this table, I'm going to remove these, expand the table. Ta-da! You got all your details here. Okay, all your details here. Click OK, then go ahead and do one more expansion of a table. You get to see all of our full data here now. So once you have the data, nothing much to clean, all of them are ready to move to our our Excel table format. So I'm done with this, close and load to, a new table will be created. Okay, but this time around, I want it to be, because we're going to use PowerQuery or data model method, I want it to be in only connection and click on data model. Okay, click on data model. So Excel will show you all the data in the transaction table in a data model format. Okay, data model format. So I am going to show you how to do. Okay, so you see here, it's been loaded. 149,000 rows been loaded. Okay, I'm going to show you how it looks like. You go to Power Pivot tab, click on Manage. You get to see this. This is the 149,000 rows of data. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to bring in other tables, okay, from country product calendar into our data model. Right, so let's start this off with, go to country, click on country, and under your Power Pivot you have data model. Click on data model. Once you click on data model, you have it here. Okay, same, repeat this again for product and also for the set of calendar. Okay, add to data model, all of these are in. So what does it mean? What happened now? If I click on diagram view, I have 4 tables with all of this here. So in this diagram view now, you can see we have transaction table, which can be also connect to, okay, so I just put it like this. We have 4 types of table. All 4 tables will have a unique key to connect to the main primary table. So now you see calendar, we got transaction to the uh, what do you call, we got calendar table connected to the transaction table through date. We got country table can be connected to country code. We have product table, we can connect list of products to the transaction table. So what have happened is, in data model we are able to do table relationship. Okay, table relationship. Once we have table to table relationship, I'm going to show you one simple M formula. Okay, one simple M formula, so that at least you know we can do formulas. We call these DEX formula, we call this M formula using power pivot. So go to transaction table. Under this transaction table, I'd like to include revenue table here. Okay, a revenue table, a revenue column. Sorry. Revenue column. This revenue column will be connected with um, products unit retail price, okay, minus or multiply with revenue discounts that we have here, okay, versus number of units sold. That's the total value for our revenue that we want to get. So how to do a formula for this under our power pivot? So the formula will be written in this format: related. So the formula will be related to what column we want to connect to. Column, a product column. Under product column, I want to select retail price, close bracket, multiply by discount given under transaction table, revenue discount, okay, also multiply by number of unit under transaction table. So you get to see a new column with the values as well. So revenue column with the total value. So once you have these, now how I want to know what's my total revenue? Okay, so the next step is to bring in using DEX measure or formulas. Okay, so if I go back to this, okay, I go to here under this measure, new measure. So Excel will automatically populate these for you. Table name is transaction table. Measure, I want to call this as total revenue. Total revenue. The formula is very straightforward. Sum by transaction. Because we already created a revenue column, you will have this ready. So just change this to currency, put it a dollar sign, English US with zero decimal. Automatically, because we select currency, automatically 1000 separator works. Once done, click OK. And I go back to my data model. I get to see my total revenue here. So to end this part of the data model, what is the outcome? How do you want to see the outcome? Click on pivot table here. And I'm going to create a new sheet, and you get to see our traditional pivot table. Under transaction, now you are able to see it's connected through, okay, and you get to see this, the output from this. Consider power pivot. So in our PowerQuery class, I will touch up to this, and from here, obviously we can do our regular slicer. Okay, we can do slicer if you want to click on product name. Let's say you want to also expand further on the dates or the month. Okay, you get to see a slicer, list of slicer. Again, click on the table. I'm able to show you on pivot chart. So you get to see or create a chart which looks like this. Of course, I will teach you on the cosmetics lah, like how to get rid of legends, grid line, and play around with this charts output. So when I click this, I'm able to see what's my output like. Okay, of course this table is need to be connected again with another set of slicer. Probably I will go with country code. Okay, or okay, country code, because we have a list of country codes here. Okay, so if I click any of it, my output looks like this. So this is one of our uh, power query modules. Okay, we do this also. Okay, so let me recap what we have done for the day. So the first part of the day, I show you how to do data cleanups. Okay, then the second part, how to import third party or not a data from web. Okay, that's where you learn about this, say this James Chocolate Factory. You learn about how to bring in data from the web. Okay, the third one will be, we will do the full set, including later we'll show you how to add more data. Say now you have 2014, 15, and 16. How do you want to add 17 and 18 into this? Okay, so you learn about power pivot, add to data models, measures. Okay, these are M formulas or DEX formula. I'll teach you on this, or and many other visuals as well. Okay, of course I'll touch on the visuals of using how to use uh, slicers, charts, and stuff. How to connect tables to tables. Okay, um, back to you, Miss Rose. I'm good to go.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ugesh, for your insightful presentation. We appreciate your expertise in sharing today's topic.
All
To
right.
all
Well,
our participants, thank you for being a part of today's learning hour. If you have any question, please feel free to ask them now. We'll give a moment to collect if there is any questions. Yeah.
okay, will do.
Okay. All right. So looks like we do not have any question for today. So we hope everyone gained valuable insights from today's session. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So as display on the screen right now, we have some upcoming public courses. You may follow our social media and get to know our upcoming program or contact us for more information. Okay, so with that, we conclude today's session. Once again, thank you, Mr. Ugesh, and happy holiday for everyone.
Thank you
Okay,
very much.
all
Yeah.
right, thank you and goodbye.
Yes. Thank you.